Good morning student. Once again welcome back in maths class. Today we will start our chapter number 5, that is decimals. So what are decimals? A decimal number can be defined as a number whose whole number part and the fractional part is separated by a decimal point. Okay? Whole number part and fractional part separated by a decimal point. एक डेसिमल पॉइंट से हम उसको सेपरेट करते हैं किसको, होल नंबर पार्ट एंड फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट को. सो द डॉट इन अ डेसिमल नंबर इज कॉल्ड डेसिमल पॉइंट. जो डॉट होती है डेसिमल नंबर में, जो डॉट होती है दैट इज कॉल्ड डेसिमल पॉइंट. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव हियर 4.8. सो हियर इज होल नंबर पार्ट. 4 is whole number part. Before decimal we have whole number part. And this is decimal point. This dot is called decimal point. And this is decimal part. जो back side में decimal point के बाद जो part होता है that is called decimal part. या we can say that fractional part. Decimal part is also called fractional part. And this is decimal point. And before decimal we have whole number. Okay. So this is whole number part. So this is the separation of decimal. So decimal is what? Separate whole number and fractional number. जो decimal होता है that separate whole number and fractional number. Now we talk about tenth. First of all we are talking about tenth. What are the tenth? One, we take one rectangle and we make its 10 equal part. Okay? And we take one part from 10. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from 10 we take one part. Okay. So what will be the fraction for that? 1 upon 10. This is called tenth. 1/10 and we can say tenth. इसको हम 1/10 भी बोल सकते हैं and we can say tenth. Because in denominator we have 10. So this is called tenth. And in numerator we have only 1. Okay, so this is 1/10 or we can say tenth. Now how we write this in decimal? Whenever we have 1/10 means whenever in denominator we have 10. So after one digit we take a decimal. So it's become 0.1. Okay, because whole is nothing, because in numerator we have 1 and after, because there is in denominator 10. So after one digit we will take a decimal. So it's become 0.1. Okay, so it is read as 0.1. Okay, if we have suppose 2 upon 10, so how we will write 0.2. Whenever we have 10 in denominator, so after one digit we take decimal in numerator as it is, and after one digit we take a decimal. If we have 4 upon 10, so we write like this 0.4. And how we speak fractional number? We speak it 2/10, 4/10, and this is 1/10 or we can say only tenth because in numerator only we have 1. So like this fractional number we write in decimal. Okay, so decimal come from fractional number. जब हम fractional numbers हमारे पास होते हैं, so we can write fractional number as decimal also. Okay, these are the fractional numbers, so we can write in decimal form also. So decimal is the combination of whole number and fractional number. Whole number और fractional number का क्या होता है? Combination. Now hundredth. Hundredth means क्या होता है? 1 upon 100. Whenever in one square or rectangle we divide that into 100 part and we take one part. I make here a square box and I divide it into 100 part. Okay, and I take here one part. So the fraction is 1 upon 100 and this is called hundredth. We can say that 100 or we can say only 100 because in numerator when we have 1, so we can call it only by the denominator, and with denominator we use th as hundredths. Okay, we don't call it 100, we call it hundredths. Hundredths means 1 upon 100. Tenths, T-E-N-T-H-S, tenths means 1 upon 10. So 1 upon 100. When we write in decimal form, how we will write? There 0 in denominator. In 100 we have 2 times 0, that means there will be 2 decimal place. So there is 1. In numerator we have 1. So we write here 1. Now after 2 digit we take decimal, there is only 1. But we can write 1 as like this, 0, 1, this is also 1. Now there is 2 digit. Now we can take here decimal. So, and before decimal also we can use here 0. So it's become 0.01. After decimal we always speak single digit. So it's become 0.01, or we can say that 1/100th. Okay. Suppose we have 12 upon 100. So how we will write in decimal form? 0.12. Okay. Because in decimal there is 2 times 0. In 100 we have 2 times 0. So in numerator we will take 2 decimal place. So it's become 0.12. Okay. So like this we can write fractional form into decimal form. So these are this is 10 and this is 100. So like this, now we will start our exercise. Now exercise 5.1. Question number 1. Write the shaded parts as fractions. Whatever shaded part is there, that you have to write as a fraction and as decimal in each of the following. Firstly you write in fraction form, and then that fraction form you should write in the decimal form, because decimal comes from fraction. Okay, fraction से ही आपका decimal बनता है. So now a part is there. There is how many? There is a rectangle and it's divided into 10 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from 10 there is shaded are 4. So fraction is what? 4 upon 10, because total part are 10 and 4 are shaded. So 4 upon 10. Now how we write in decimal form? As I told you previously, whenever we have 1 times 0. So after 1 digit we take a decimal. So it's become 0.4. Okay, so like this you have to write. Now it's B part. In B part you have, again you have, there is a rectangle and it's divided into 10 equal parts. Okay, so our denominator will be total part and numerator how many parts are shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts are shaded. So fraction become 5 upon 10. Shaded part upon total part. So this is our fraction. Now we write it into decimal form. So again there is in denominator 10. So after 1 digit there will be decimal. So it's become 0.5. So whenever in denominator we have 10, that means that is 10th. We can speak it like that also, 5/10. Okay. So in 10 we take 1 decimal place. Okay. So decimal come from which? From fraction. Decimal जो आपका किससे बनता है? Fraction से. Fractional numbers we write in decimal form. Okay. Now it's the C and D part. Also there is 10 part, so that you will do yourself. Same like that, A and B you will do, C and D also. Now question number 2. Write the shaded parts as decimals in each of the following. जो shaded part है वो आपको decimal form में write करने हैं. There is given 2 part. I take both part A and B. So here you should write shaded part in decimal form. So first of all A part. There is 2 complete circles are shaded. So these 2 are whole. मतलब जितने सर्कल थे पूरा का पूरा shaded है. And then third, there is a circle that is divided into 10 equal parts and shaded are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts shaded and 5 parts unshaded. But we have to tell decimal for shaded part. So we should write fraction for shaded part. So how many complete? There is 2. 2 parts are complete. So we take here 2 complete parts. 2 parts तो हमारे पास क्या है? Complete holes है हमारे पास. So we will write here 2 complete holes. Complete. 2 तो हमारे पास क्या है? Complete hole. And after that what we have? 5 upon 10. 5 upon 10. Okay. Or 5 upon 10 how can we write? 0.5. 5 upon 10 को और हम क्या write कर सकते हैं? Or we can say that 0.5. Okay. So 2 complete wholes and 5 upon 10 that's equals to 0.5. So total is what? 2 तो complete ही हो गए और उसके बाद आपका हो गया 0.5. So we can write it like this. So your answer is 2.5. Total कितना हो गया? So 2.5 is your answer. Total whole जो आपका है set it that is 2.5. Now it's a B part. Or how we speak it? We write in figure also and we can write in words also. Or 2.5. Okay, in words we write like this 2.5. Now it's a B part. There is 3 whole circles. How many circles? 3. And fourth circle there is 10 equal parts and 7 parts are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So same way we'll write here 3 complete wholes. Okay. And then what we have? 7 upon 10. So 7 upon 10 or 7 upon 10 is written as what? In decimal form. So we write here 0.7. Okay. Now 3 complete and we have 0.7. So whole will come in the whole part. जो whole है वो हम whole के place पे write करेंगे. So we write here. So what becomes it? 3.7 because before decimal we have whole. So whole are 3. So at the place of whole we write 3 and then we write here 0.7 because decimal part is 0.7. Okay. Or what we can write it? Or we can write 3.7. Okay, 3.7. So like this you can do. Question number 2. Now we will do question number 3. Question number 3. Write each of the following as decimals. Okay, here you write there is fractional number are given and you write them into decimal form. So here A part 5 upon 10. 5 upon 10 as we know whenever 10 is there so after one digit we take a decimal. So in numerator we have only 5 and denominator 10. 10 means after one digit we take a decimal. So here we will take a decimal. And now we can put here 0 because before decimal there is no value of this 0 and 0 as we know 0 have no value so it's become 0.5. Okay. Now it's a B part. Now there is 10 upon 10. So again we write numerator as it is and now after one digit we will take a decimal. So here we will take decimal. So it's become 1.0 and 1.0 is also we can say that 1 because after decimal there is suppose we have 2.00 so on zeros we can write after decimal there is no value of these 0. अगर यहाँ पर decimal नहीं होता तब तो this become 20,000 इन zeros की value हो जाती है आपके पास. But whenever we have decimal so after decimal we can take so on zeros there is no value of these 0. Okay. So after decimal there we have 0 that means that's equals to 1. Now next we have C part 17 upon 10. So again we write numerator as it is. Now 10 is there so after one digit and we count one digit from the right hand side not from left hand side we count from right hand side. So right hand side we count one digit there is 7 after 7 we will take a decimal. Okay. So it's become 1.7. Now next is D part, 49 upon 10. So first of all numerator as it is 49. Now upon 10. 10 means after one digit we take a decimal. So it's become 4.9. So like this you will do. Okay. E and F part you will do yourself. Like this you will complete. Okay. 5.1 exercise is complete. Now we will do exercise 5.2. Now exercise 5.2 question number 1. Write the decimal form for each of the following. आपको यहाँ पे जो क्वेश्चंस में आपको जो ऑप्शंस गिवन जो पार्ट्स गिवन है उनको आपको डेसिमल फॉर्म में राइट करना है. ओके, राइट द डेसिमल फॉर्म. इनकी आपको डेसिमल फॉर्म राइट करनी है. हियर इज गिवन ए पार्ट. हियर इज 100 इक्वल पार्ट्स आर गिवन टू यू एंड देयर इज 45 पार्ट्स आर stated. So you should write their decimal form. So before decimal you should write its fractional form. By fraction we convert that into decimal. So there is 100 equal parts and 45 parts are shaded. You can see that there is in one line there is 10 boxes. So 4 lines complete shaded. So 40 and there is 5. So it's 45. So fraction become 45 parts are shaded and total parts are 100. So 45 upon 100. Now by this we should write it into decimal form. There is saying that write in decimal form. So now we write in decimal form. So as I told you that when we have 100 as denominator, so 2 decimal place we will take. So that means after 2 digit we will take decimal. So numerator as it is we will write 45. Now 2 decimal place we will take. So 1, 2. Here we will take decimal. And now we can put here 0 because there is no value of this 0. So it's become, if you are not taking 0, you are writing only 0.45. That's also correct. We speak it 0.45. And if we are taking 0, then it is also correct. So we'll speak it 0.45. Both are correct. You can write like this also. You can write like this also. Okay. After decimal we speak single digit. So we'll speak it 0.45. Okay. So it's A part is complete. Now it's a B part. In B part also there is 100 part, 100 boxes, 100 small box. In C also 100 small box. In D also. C and D you will do yourself. Okay. A and B I have done here. So now in B part there is 100 boxes and 70 boxes are shaded. You can see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines are shaded. And in one line there is 10 box. So 70 boxes are shaded from 100. 100 में से 70 आपके shaded हैं. So fraction become 70 upon 100. Now we write it into decimal form. So how we write it in decimal form? The same denominator is 100 here. So after 2 digit we will take decimal. So 70 numerator as it is firstly we write. Okay. Now we count 2 places 1, 2. Here we will take decimal. So it's become 0.70. Now after 7 you have 0. So if we want to leave we can leave. Because as I told you that कि decimal के बाद जैसे हमारे पास कोई भी है 0.7 then 0, 0, 0 so on we can use that is equals to 0.7. After decimal in the last if we have continuous 0 there is no value of these 0. Okay, in the last ये नहीं कि अगर आपके पास ऐसे है कि 0.07 so also you are removing the 0. No, then we can't remove. If in the last we have continuous 0 then we can remove, we can leave, there is no value of these zeros. Okay, so this we can write like this also 0.7. Okay, the same one 0.70 is equals to 0.7. So like this you can write in decimal form. Now it's a C and D part you will do yourself. Now question number 2. How is the number 21 and 42 tenth written in the decimal form? अब आपको राइट करना है 21 को और 42 tenths को किसमें? डेसिमल फॉर्म में. write in decimal form. So we write here solution. Solution we start. First is 21. So we write here 21. How we write 21 in decimal form? 21. Now in 21 is a whole number. There is no decimal part because it is not in fraction form. There is only 21. So 21 is whole. So there is no decimal. So and we can put here point and we can use here 0. After point we can take 0 in any with any number. Okay. So we can write like this 21.0. किसी भी नंबर के बाद जैसे हमारे पास सपोज करो 40 है 40.0 पॉइंट के बाद 0 हम किसी भी नंबर में लगा सकते हैं. जैसे फ्रैक्शन में डिनोमिनेटर 1 हम सभी होल नंबर्स का ले सकते थे, ऐसे ही आपके पास होल नंबर के बाद आप पॉइंट के बाद 0 आप सब नंबर्स के साथ लगा सकते हो बिकॉज देयर इज नो वैल्यू ऑफ दिस 0. देन सेकंड वन, फर्स्ट इज 21 so we write 21.0. second is given here 42 tenths. So we write here 42 tenths. How we write 42 tenths? 42 tenths means 42 upon 10. 42 tenths means होता है 42 upon 10 because tenths is given TENTHS. Tenths means denominator 10. Okay, so that means 42 upon 10. Now as in question number 3rd 5.1 exercise question 3rd we have done in decimal form. So how we write this in decimal form? After one digit we will take decimal, so it's become 4.2. That's your answer. So like this we can write in decimal form. There is given 21, so we written 21.0. 42 tenths, so 42 tenths equals to 42 upon 10, that's equals to 4.2. So like this you should solve your question number 2nd. So we will complete exercise 5.1 and 5.2. Thank you.